At this point, we've got the decrepit catacombs. And we're going to go up there. Now this one has
You enter a
bats.
musty hall, heavy with silence and the weight of dark stone.
You're going to have bats. If you're a melee, you can whack them and whack around and finally hit them. If you're a spellcaster, you need either an area of effect to really hit them, or get yourself into a corner to where they cannot keep flying around behind you. Otherwise, you're going to be there all day. These things are fairly hard to hit unless you get lucky. So, here we go. The bats are going to come after us when we go down the steps. So I go down, go to my right, and get into a corner and hit them from there. Otherwise, I'm sitting here trying to cast spells, and they're fluttering, and I can even take my sword out and go swinging around, but it's just not very effective.
All of a sudden, the sense of rot and decay assail your nostrils. Something foul is here.
No bats this time. Ah, that's it.
In the corner, you see the glint of metal through some cobwebs.
There they are. They just don't let them get there. Glint of metal, there it is.
As the secret door slides open, you see a magical cell across the chamber. Could it be holding Drusen?
Again, the harder the level, the more critters that will be in this section. Whoa, let's get out there. Okay, there we go. When he casts that spell, get out of that area, because he's throwing a bless on him and the ghoul. And you don't want any counter effects going off on you. There's that. We do not want to get anywhere near that currently. What we want to do is, come on. We want to stay away from that barrier. We're going to have ghouls jump out up here, or is it skeletons? Skeletons. Open this. Now that removes the barrier. When we get to the barrier, Drexelhand is going to show up. And he's going to come from out of here.
Be.
There he is.
Jacoby Drexelhand stands before you. Not alive, but not quite dead. He cackles as Drexelhand spits a curse and swears to return again before collapsing in a heap of bones.
Your dilemma is...
You take the cell key from his remains.
The dilemma is, if you come back and come across here, especially if you're a melee fighter, then he's going to come down, and while you're trying to play with this lock, he's going to come in behind you, and the two of them are going to beat up on you and could possibly do a little bit of damage. So by coming back out and heading toward those stairs initially, we've got plenty of combat room there for melee. As you saw, I could back up, I could cast my spells, and we're not getting back here and getting backstabbed in the process. And that completes it. Now, because instead of going to a level 2 warlock, I used my second leveling to do a rogue, I can now open, pick the lock, and get additional booty. We've got gloves. Why is that not showing that? Something went wonky. Sometimes it won't show what you've got equipped. Oh, there it is. They go there. That gets me a pair of gloves. At which point I can tell it finish. That will take me out.
The decrepit catacombs are slightly obscured by the falling water.
Now I'm going to hit recall. And this will allow me now to turn in all my quest. There's a feather cloak. That's your feather fall, but it's only a charge. But it's better than nothing at this point.
Your finding Hayton transformed the village. It seems as if all of Korthos were holding out for news of your next great victory with bated breath.
Here we go. Now the mayor, he just walks right in this area. And you'll notice I've got little check marks that show them also. So they should be fairly easy to find. I have no goggles. So, spot, search, and listen. That's good. So we're going to take our troubleshooter's goggles. And that's going to give us a +3 to our spot, search, and listen skills. Then we're going to come down to the water. Now, if you want to be sneaky, sorry, yawned. If you want to be sneaky, you can grab this one and swap them out. So if I'm doing a search or I need to disable a device, that gives me a +1. But if I'm just going around normally, spot, search, and so on, then I would want to wear, or spot, search, and listen, I'd want to wear my troubleshooters. If I run across and want to disable a device, like disarm a trap or whatever, I could quickly pop these on and it would give me a +1 to that, but it's really not enough to make it worth it. That clears up all of your quest. Everything is done. There's only one other quest left, and we got to go back out to go get it. Hope you're not being overly bored by all of these. No one's leaving any comments, so I do not know.